Since I've been at Northwood, the awareness level of students with autism and on the autism spectrum has increased as I've communicated and collaborated with some of the other teachers, and I think they see my students and their severe needs and their challenging behaviors as we go throughout the campus, and they see that we have very high expectations from them. They see that progress, and as well as the difficulty facing not only the children but also the teachers that instruct them and push them to have that high academic output and functional output.
She does multiple jobs, and not only does she do her normal everyday job, she helps do with tutoring and the robotics, and all the kids love her when she does those.
Her patience with the kids, it's incredible from what I see that I've been working with her.
When I was in first grade, my parents got two foster girls that had a negative history, but were in a loving environment and were looking forward to a good and productive life, and my parents were helping with that. One of them went to school with me, and she was very violent and aggressive, and I remember very much being her advocate, that standing up to the teacher one day and saying, "Hey, why are you screaming at her instead of teaching her? If she's aggressive, she's not ever had a mom. She never had the opportunity for somebody to teach her how to do this correctly, so instead of yelling at her, we should be teaching her." And it's at that moment that I realized that every behavior has a reason. My students motivate me. They're cute little faces, and they're so happy to come to school, even though they're facing a lot of challenges, and their families face a lot of challenges, and they have a long way to go. But they make such great strides.
She's really nice to everybody in the school, and that she comes to the school with a smile every day.
My peers can just see the love I have for my students and how much joy I get from teaching, and I really hope that that's the reason.
She is really good at explaining things in class for everybody to understand, and she gets us confident for the STAR test and other tests. She's so involved in us learning and getting caught up with the other students in class, and she does above and beyond to try to get us to where we are.
It wasn't until I started being an assistant at the Hardy Oak Library here that I thought, oh, this might be something that's interesting. And I just watched the Hardy Oak teachers in action, and they were so caring and they were so excited about what they were doing that I knew within about 6 months or a year that I definitely wanted to be a teacher.
It's because, to me, she always has a nice sense of humor, and she also helps me with my weak points, because we can't always focus on our strong points.
She makes everything super fun in the class and enjoyable. She knows everybody by heart, and she's just very sweet and respectful.
So I don't always know what happens with them at home. I don't know what their home life is like. And so I feel like I need to be that constant positive force for them every day. And I have a little quote behind my desk that says something to the effect of, "Future teachers are sitting in your classroom." And it just reminds me that no matter what profession they end up choosing, I want my students to think back to 5th grade and remember me, that I just loved them and that I just really cared about them.
I'm very blessed that I had her as a teacher.
I think the teachers at my school selected me because I'm everywhere. I come in, pick kids out to do the morning pledges, I take them to the office, we do pledges together, I bring a camera crew in, we do morning announcements.
He helps us meet our goals, and he pushes us to strive for the best we can. He helps a lot around the school with teachers, and he also helps us sometimes when we're puzzled.
He's always so dedicated and is always helping somebody.
You know, these children come in with an incredible amount of curiosity, aside from the incredible amount of ability that they bring with them. And it's nice to be able to facilitate that investigation, that learning.
And he's a technological genius.
All the years that I've taught has been one of the saddest things I have to see, is to see a child who thinks that their worth is all tied to a number that they got on a test. I've always tried to focus on what they want and how they're going to get it, because they have to know that any deficiency that they have is what's going to hold them back in the future. And the problems that they're having now aren't necessarily a symptom of a flaw in their character or a lack of ability.
We have this code word, Seamus, when he's on the computer. He makes like a squinched up face, like that, yeah.
He makes everybody laugh, and he makes everybody feel like every single person is special.
Hard work, dedication to kids and to the school.
She does a lot of the extra stuff. Like, she's good in school, but then she also does a lot of the UIL. She's always staying after.
She puts all of her into like helping us kids be the best we can be.
At one point told my father if I couldn't be a teacher, I'd be a park ranger. And he said they didn't get paid enough. I didn't think teachers got paid a lot more, but I love it. I've never looked back from that decision.
She just puts so much extra time into her students. She's the UIL coordinator, and she coaches calculator, and then she does all of the math count stuff that we have to do.
I'm here for the kids to help them grow, to help them mature, to help them learn some math, and to help them learn to excel in what they're doing, in all that they're doing.
She knows each of us like personally. She knows like what we like to do, what we do after school.
You can come in after track or after UIL or even after tutoring, and there's a good chance that she'll still be in her room working.
I work with the greatest kids in the world, and they're the ones that motivate me to keep going. When they come to me with a question and I don't know the answer, I tell them to come back this afternoon and I'll have an answer for them.
I'll definitely remember how much effort she put in to make sure that everybody understood what she was talking about, and how she explained things different ways so that different people could understand it.
The only time they're allowed to cry in my room is if somebody comes and tells them that I died. And that's a joke with them. We joke about that, but that's what I tell them. There's nothing that's ever going to happen in this classroom that we're ever going to cry about.
I think that she's really shown me that I am not a track person. I am not an athletic person. I'm a math girl. I think in numbers. So she's really helped me find ways to make that more fun and more enjoyable than most people could ever see it.
We are given the biggest responsibility, and what we get isn't monetary. It's the intrinsic value that only we understand.
She has such an ability to impact the lives of all of her students. Whether you're in her student council class or her history class, she's always willing to brighten your day.
Every morning I get here, she always greets me with a smile, waves, talks to me, says hi. Her sponsorship role in student council has really connected her with the students and the campus and the faculty all together.
I think Coach Jones most definitely deserved this award. She's very dedicated to her job, and she comes to school ready to make a difference in all her kids' lives.
Well, first off, I think many teachers at Johnson could very easily have been selected as Teacher of the Year for Johnson High School. I think being a U.S. history teacher, but also more importantly being the student council sponsor, that has opened up doors for me to serve the faculty here at Johnson and also the student population.
We're never just lecturing. She makes the learning environment very fun and very hands-on. So she uses technology, she brings technology into the classroom. She makes sure that we're not always just sitting there listening to her lecture. We're always doing worksheets or doing something different almost every day of the week, not just doing questions out of a book or listening to her talk.
She makes learning fun, so it makes her students want to engage in learning. Her deep understanding for the material also helps.
You can tell that her smile is real. She comes to school every day happy and just ready to motivate her kids.
My brother made the 7th grade basketball team. He would practice out in the front driveway and I would act like I was coaching him. Okay, make 5 shots from here. I really think he just wanted me to rebound the ball for him, but I would say that's when my love for basketball and the thought of coaching came into my mind.
She makes it a point every day to talk to all of her students to make sure that every single student in her classroom feels special and welcomed.
She is the glass half full type of person. She always knows that everything works out, and she's always positive about her life, our lives, and Johnson High School.
She's my favorite teacher. I'm never going to forget her, and I love her so much.
I also try to acknowledge their presence in my classroom every day. It could be something as simple as saying hi as they walk into the door, acknowledging a haircut that the guys like. They really like when you do that. You know, or just telling them, hey, tell me something good that happened today. And then if they don't answer, I even sing it to them. Tell me something good. Then they can't refuse that.
I think I was selected as Campus Teacher of the Year because my staff members or my colleagues understand that I am a champion for all my students, that I will be there for their students and for them also, that if anybody needs me, I'm there for them.
She listens, and as cliche as that may sound, it is the honest to God truth. Teachers who take the time to sit with their students and listen to them and genuinely hear what they have to say and what they're feeling is the most amazing thing I think any teacher can have and should have. I mean, that's why you're a teacher. You're a teacher for the passion for it, you know, the drive to want to teach.
I think she was selected because she's such a kind lady. She's like open-hearted, she's an open mind, she's so patient with us, which is really hard to find in a lot of teachers nowadays. Like, I think she's just really awesome. She's so fun, she's funny, she interacts with the students a lot, and that's just something you really don't see in a lot of teachers.
I was a school bus driver before I became a teacher, and my students on my bus would do their homework because they on their long bus ride home, and we would discuss the questions, we would discuss what they had to do, and after a while they said to me, you need to go to school to become a teacher. And I looked at them and said, no, me a teacher? And they said, yes, do it. And I'm like, okay. And then I said, can I really do this? And at some point in time I thought no, but then they kept on telling me, yes, do this, and you could do this, and I did it.
She's energetic, and she helps teach people in a way they can understand. She works with you one-on-one if needed, or has someone else help you, and to get it to where you understand, she keeps going.
I would probably say her patience. I mean, some teachers do, but she just does it so well, and it's just amazing to see how much patience she has and her willingness to help, and she understands that some students, they just need a little bit more time, they just need a little bit more help, and that's just something that's really awesome to see in a teacher, especially hers.
She's not just a teacher, she's a human being.